Let all this load up here. Excuse me. Be looking at some Going to be looking at some short game stuff today. Got a face-on video for my professional, so we'll be looking at the face-on view, and then got another professional face-on view that we're going to look at from some changes that we've made recently with players. But I wanted to start with a little short game video. This is from one of my online students. This student, we do swing analysis monthly, so he's on a limited plan. He can send stuff to me. Everything there. Hi, Fabby. How are you? So we're wanting to create the ability to understand what we're needing to do for short game. So this is a player that can sit there and flight anything down. He can go really, really low. And right now with wedges, he's hitting them really good, a ton of spin, but they're coming out too low, which is creating some issues with him getting a ball to stop quick enough. So it'd be great for like back pin locations, but anything that would be, say, middle or front pin, we'd probably have a very difficult time stopping the ball. And he sent me some stuff, and we're looking at numbers, and he's getting on like a 40-yard shot. He's getting 6,000 RPMs of spin, but the height's just not quite high enough. He's only getting like anywhere from 18 feet to 20-foot height, which is great again for the back pin low spinner. But something we're needing to go a little softer. We need to, and he's like, "Why is this happening?" Well, this is a player that can have a ton of shaft lean, and a player that also has a ton of rotation in their golf swing. When we add these two together in short game, oftentimes we lose the ability of vertically getting away from the ground, which doesn't allow us to unload the club and add loft. So this player here, as we go back in the swing, everything set up's good. We actually have the ball as far forward as we possibly could make it for him. Could he have the face a little bit more open? Yes, we could have the face set a little bit more open to create some more deflection. But face open doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go any higher. It just means that it's going to take some ball speed away. So I'm not too worried about that, but yes, we could add it if he needed the ball to come off a little softer. But we're looking for height. So as we go to backswing, we're going to see a slightly more inside takeaway than what I would want. When the takeaway gets a little bit inside, that's going to lead to the player creating a spin loft vector or a swing plane that's not down enough. So say it's too shallow. So instead of vertical 90 degrees, it would be like this with the center club face. When we get this handle lower and it goes more inwards, it creates more shallow swinging, which is going to lead to more compression, more ball speed. So it's actually easier to take loft off when we're doing that and creating ball speed. So as he goes back, overall really good, but say we're going back, head stays centered. But as he lowers, as he goes down, this is where he really gets into trouble. So as he's going down, he's going to lower more, and the shaft is going to shallow out more. Well, when the shaft starts shallowing out more, the player is going to do what? They're going to have to close the face a lot more. And so as he does that and de-lofts it, you're going to see how his head keeps lowering, and in order not to hit the ground a foot before this ball, he's having to maintain the handle being forward, which takes all that loft off that club. So he's hitting it beautifully. It's not that he's hitting it poorly. He's hitting it very nicely. This would be very good for like a full swing wedge where he's going faster. But since we're doing a slower speed, he's not going to be able to get the height needed on this shot in order to get it stop on the green. But it's mainly because how much he's rotating down, his head is dropped. So I could just say, well, you just need to release your hands to add height. Well, yes, but he can't, because if he did, he would hit the ground again fat. Well, we don't want to hit the ground first. We want to be able to hit ball first. So for this player, being in a position that is causing him to stay too down and open, he's going to have to maintain a wrist angle so he doesn't hit the ground back here. So he's going to take too much loft off of this shot. Well, how would we get him to start being able to unload his hands? We have to get him away from the ground. So when he's going back and he's doing his lowering, which is good, as we go down, he needs to start to stand up. And he needs to be able to get this stood up, early extended, to allow his hands a chance to get the club to apply more loft to his shot in order to hit it higher. So going back, we're in a good spot other than the takeover. We got to get that a little bit more outside. But on the downswing, we need to get rid of the amount he's turning. He needs to reduce his turn. He needs to be able to stand the left leg up sooner, get the head and chest away from the ground more, to where he can allow those hands to release going through, which is going to help him get up way more. Got quieter walking away? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still working on this. Someone messed with my settings earlier. Don't know who it was, but I'm getting the settings better. So someone's, we got to get that to go higher. So that's the big thing there. So the ability for him, what he needs to do, instead of dropping that head down, he needs that head to rise on the downswing. If he gets this head to rise on the downswing, he won't have all the shaft lean, which is taking all his loft away. He'll be able to apply more loft at the bottom, which is going to allow him to get the ball to go higher like he needs to for wedges. So if we're able to get this club for him, instead of working a little in, work a little bit more out and away, he's going to be able to get a little bit more of a steeper angle of attack and vertical swing plane on this, which is going to help us create deflection as we start adding this. Yo, EJ, you want this lesson? Let me know anytime you need it, dude. I got you. Thanks for coming in and saying hi, though, man. Thanks for showing support. But seriously, if you just send me videos, dude. Whatever you need help with, I got you. Don't even worry about anything. Just send it to me. So if we're able to get my player here to get this takeaway a little bit more outside with the club, and then on the downswing, instead of it shallowing out, we get it going a little bit more steeper, more out in front of him. So instead of the club coming down this way, we get his club coming more down. As we get away from the ground, we're going to be able to get this ball higher. He's still going to be able to have very good crispness, very good spin that he has, but allow the ball to land softer. So we need to get that rotation out. He's got to extend, allow it go up there. Yo, what's up, Spooky? How are you been? Doing great. Thank you so much for stopping in. But that handle going that far forward, we could put the ball as far forward as we want to. If we put it any more forward, he's just going to pull it. So we have to change the dynamics of what he's needing in that swing. But let me see if I can turn my mic up real quick here for the gain. That way when I step away, it doesn't go down too much. Go in here real quick. Turn this up as loud as I can. So if I am to set up there, get the club to inside and rotate, it's going to go lower. So that hit right here. If I feel like I keep everything the same with my hands, but I take it more outside and I extend, I should be able to add more loft. And you can see that ball went all the way up there. Changing those two dynamics away from the ground is going to help us get this player to add more loft in their swing. And understanding these dynamics just helps us a ton if we're trying to help these players improve faster. So that is one big thing that I'm wanting to do with this student would suggest is that he would already get more lower on the backswing, and that way he can rise out of the ground in the downswing. So he would be able to add more loft rather than being so rotated. So we need to get some more extension, get rid of the rotation. That way he's able to add the loft at the bottom. So that's what I would do with this player. And if anyone else is struggling with height with their wedges, would love to help them. But with this player, again, fairly simple. Goes too far down, hands have to maintain too long, way too low of golf shots. We're needing to get lower on the backswing, rise in the downswing to where he can add the loft going through. And this lesson, again, he hit the ball really well, but this is just all it's going to do is take him away from just hitting low wedges to hitting it higher. With one of my professional players, we've been able to put a lot of work in this off season. He's in Savannah, has only been able to come see me live for 2 lessons, but we've been able to talk a lot online about different lessons that we're having throughout. So before is where we started in September. On the right, on the left, on the right is what we are now. So right now as he goes in the backswing here. This is before he would have this shift back, which is good, but there would be no hinge, very wide, and he would get kind of this reverse pivot where he'd get way in front of it. And on the way down, very, very trying to cover it, trying to launch it lower, but would have to throw his wrist at the bottom a ton. So one of our main goals was for his pivot, on his back and everything, was to get kind of away from the excessive extension to the top. So going back here, we're now getting in a position as he goes back to load, where he's able to use the wrists more, but he's able to get his chest more behind his lower body. This just helps him in the golf shot move way better. Helps him control his dynamics of loft and dynamics of club face control, but predictability of path as well. So before he would get moving very much over that golf ball, and now if we go the bridge of the nose there, let me get that a little bit better. That's left eye. There we go. Now his bridge of his nose is right there, is back behind that golf ball. Again, all this is going to do is help this player move better, maintain his wrist angles longer, and his path improved immensely to where it's much more neutral and he can hit draws and fades by just changing setup. But getting that pivot back and getting the wrist set earlier, so this is where he was at P2 before, arms very wide away. This is where we are at P2 now, where we've gotten that head moving with less tilting to the right. We've gotten the ability for his sternum to get behind his lower body, and then for him to set his wrist sooner allows him at the top, instead of having all this excessive backwards extending towards a target, where he's able to get in a position where he's back behind it and then can load into the golf ball. This just helps with him with contact, flighting it, but especially his predictability of where his ball's going. So instead of being so far outside that right foot now, you can see he's much more balanced over his right foot, being able to get his vertical power up, so his speed's gone up as well. These are all things I want to see with my professional players that just allow us to continue to hit more predictable shots and play golf the way we're wanting to. And then a little update on, if I can find it here, there we go. We got a face-on view for Tyler. So I was waiting for this here, because we wanted to see what difference is when we take that front foot, and we take it from being flared outward as much as it was before to actually turned inwards the way it needs to be. So when we're going back here in this backswing, he had too much lifting of his arms, so we're using the towel to stay in there. That way he gets a little bit more round. It allows him to stay wider rather than get really kind of like long and narrow. But on the downswing, he would have all this knee slide through, causing him to hit it way too low, and his path was going all over the place, so he wasn't able to predict where he was going to hit the ball as much as he wanted to. So now we get that foot, instead of flared out, we actually get it turned in, and you'll see a big difference in his knee now, how his knee is no longer going outside that foot. What's that allowing him to do? Again, just like we talked about with our other player with short game, allows him to go vertical away from the ground, which then allows him to unload his wrist. That allowance of being able to unload allows us to get the ball higher. So he was able to see his launch angle go from like 15 with the 7-iron to 17.5, which greatly helps him get a ball to stop on the greens that he's playing as a professional. But two, it also helped his path, because his path was going all over the place before, causing his face control to be messed up. And now he's exiting much more around to the left, not sliding so far through. His path has become much more neutralized, which helped him control his club face and allowed him to hit much straighter shots with the height he wanted to. Plus, he didn't lose any speed. He felt like everything he was trying to do before, getting wider, unloading the club early, caused him to lose speed. Well, with what we did here, there was no loss of speed at all. He actually was able to gain speed. So from the left being very flared out with those feet, we're able to be here. Didn't have to widen his arc, didn't have to do anything other than that foot to create this change of dynamic at impact, of his knee being too far out, not going up too far down, too draggy to being able to be taller. Knees not staying right over the ankle, it's not drifting out, helping him get up. Now, again, there's some players that need to be more like the golfer on the left. There's some players that I teach that need to have a foot more flared out and to be able to shift their pelvis far enough left. That's fine. But for this player, the simple fix was getting his foot more flared in, and then obviously just keeping the arms more across his chest to the top for him, for his height, and for his arm length. That allowed him to be more on plane, made it easier for him to use his wrist properly, which just boom sends the ball up higher. So keeping it simple for players to allow them to achieve the goals they're wanting to is massive. And the more we're able to do that, the more we're able to get for him the ability for his height, his arm width, where his arms need to be at the top, his foot to where he's able to drive his vertical forces to be able to unload the club. That allows him to move as well as he does, move better, and control his ball more. That's my goal with my students. If I'm able to do that, we're going to do a good job of getting better at golf. So when I come on here and I'm doing this stuff like today, I just wanted to, one, do some more tests. I'm testing the whole system out, but two, just display some changes that are being made and being made very quickly for players that are doing things that align well for what they're needing. If you're wanting to get any help with your golf game this year, shoot me a DM, message me. You can shoot me some videos, and I'm more than happy to put them up on here and analyze them in front of everyone if you're willing. But the goal is just to help golfers get better. So if that's what you want to do, please hit me up. We love to keep helping you and just help you improve your game this year. But Instagram, I'm gonna stay on Twitch for a little bit longer, hang out there, try to figure out some audio stuff. But thank you guys. Peace. Okay, I'm staying on Twitch for a little bit longer though. Man, it is so frustrating. I get in and audio just being absolutely messed up. I had it to where I can completely move from one mic to the other, and I come in today, it's not recognizing my desktop mic when I mute it, when I unmute it. So it's just like, oh, so frustrating. And I don't know, people, can hit buttons on the keyboard or, stuff like that because it is an open spot. But, CJ, I hope you're doing well, man. A long, long time. Hope you're doing well. Time to put the doggy head up. It's okay. It's just still people are going to come in and, do that stuff. It's whatever. It's whatever. What can I do here? I can go intermission. Is that better? If I just do this. Do that there. I don't know if chat's going to pull up there. They shouldn't. You're right. They shouldn't. I should just do this one. That's the same one I just did. Oh, live drills. There we go. There. I'll just do that. They shouldn't. But it happens, and that's okay. That is okay. But I got to figure it out, like, what happened with the audio. That way I'm able to get that fixed, because it'd be nice to, again, I got Zoom calls coming up, not today, but like in the next couple of days, where I want to be able to walk over there and change my audio real quick. So I gotta figure out what is causing that. But how's everyone's day going? Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like, it should be the wavelength input. Stream Deck. Would be system. This is where I gotta find out, like, where did I do that again? How did I do that? Wavelength, there it was, yeah. So was it input or was it device? Device would be mic. So now I'm gonna sit here and just mess with this stuff. Who are you gonna punch, Sid? Who are you gonna punch? Yeah, input. Mute. I do this. And I do doc. That's what it should be. So I should have both the dock and this. If I go here, right? It's like, can you hear me? Can you not hear me? My guess is that you can still hear me right now because it's not muting like it's supposed to. Yeah, you can hear me exactly. Like it should be muting there, and it's not. But if I see I do that, it doesn't change it. Like, how is it not muting is my things. If I take all these, like I shouldn't have to take them out. It should be good. It's like, okay, I can hear myself there. I don't want to hear myself. Will there be beer? I mean, at the golf house, unfortunately, you can bring your own beer, but no, there will not be beer sold here. Or around the app. Because if I do this, yeah, it's not muted at all. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That's really weird. You heard my desk mic like come through. That is weird. What's up, brother? How are you? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Oh, because I changed the desktop app. Maybe that's why you heard it. But like, it's so weird how that's not working. Like I go. It should be the. Because like, I would have to do. This is where it's frustrating, right? Like, I have to add another one. No. That's not me trying to mute it. That's me trying to like go something completely different, not muted. Like it should be not right. So this is this mic, but I go to mute it, hit the mute button, still doesn't mute. So it's like really strange on how everything's working. So I feel like I have to like restart my whole computer and go through it all again. Because it should be doing it, but it's not. So frustrating. Because it should be picking both up, and I should be able to just like mute one, mute the other like I did the other day, and it worked, and it's not doing that. So I'll just restart the computer and try to run it all over again. That way I can go in and edit that last video that I just did and send it to the people I need to and get it spliced up on Instagram for what I'm wanting to do there. Oh man. Hello. Why is it? I hit stop record. Oh, I guess I didn't. I guess I can edit it here though. There we go. Yeah, that it did get touched and moved, so like I don't know. I could be completely missing something and just not knowing what I'm missing, but yeah, something's off. Something is off, and it's not how it's supposed to be done, which is very, very frustrating. Indeed. Indubitably. I mean, it's nice that other things are working well, just that's very frustrating. But all right, I'm going to go try to figure this stuff out. But thank you guys for being here. Appreciate everyone showing up.